All right, here we go. 2 minutes to open. And what are we looking at? So it's looking like a breaker is already formed on the 1 minute to the upside. Since it's a 1 minute before the open, there's just going to be trick or treats. Trying to see how I can get the 1 minute chart over on the main screen so you can see the executions as well. I'll figure that out. So I'm winning long was following it up just because it's so frenetic right now, but it's continuing higher. Much higher. So we got a ways to go to come back up, feel that opening range gap. We already opened down here. So we have a good chance of it continuing up just to fill up this gap that it opened over the weekend from Friday to today in the regular trading hours. Back hard right now. Don't know if it's going to come all the way back to the breaker. Or was that the false move of the breaker? It's first time trading the open with the breaker method, so it's kind of hard to decipher live. That's why we're here. So I just took another little scalp right there, just off that reversal in that 1 minute. It's coming up. It looks like it's making what we call a fork. Not 100% on top of his techniques and ideas, but they are very, very interesting, especially if you like that really frenetic opening action from 9:30 to 10. Coming back into that fork formation on the 1 minute chart. Let's see what you're looking at. This right up in here, this is what I'm talking about, the fork. So it's a little ambiguous in here. You have like a breaker long, breaker short possible. Was it coming to get all these highs right in here? Was that the ultimate goal of this movement right here, just to kind of capture all of this buy side liquidity so it can go back down? So as soon as it captured all this buy side liquidity up here, it's just kind of stalled right here. And you've already made the 50% of this. This range back here. Yes. See, we've already hit 50% here. I think I have a graded one. A little easier to see. So just coming up to mostly fill this gap and then take out that liquidity may have been the goal so far. So we're just gonna have to see how it reacts down in here. Not too eager to jump in, obviously, until it gets something a little more clear. A lot of times it does this a lot of this movement all right in the open, and then you get a much clearer breaker or even a mitigation block in 950 macro.
As the floors can take no more, stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored.
Obviously, this is crazy jumping up in here, but we have a high, low, higher, high. But it wasn't quick and to the point. I mean, just stay there. Now we're having this down move. So are we actually getting the move down now at the down breaker? This right here. Yeah, high, low, higher, high. Well, that's the end of that macro. It's 9:40 now, so the clock over here so we can see. Did it come all the way down here just to sweep this liquidity? I didn't quite reach that one, got that one. It should, if that's the goal, it should come down even further.
What we think, we become. Don't wake
nicer over here.
up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
So just took another quick scalp right there to the short side, thinking that it's going to at least continue to catch this liquidity here. It's just too pretty. It's all sitting here and it's been there This is Friday. Actually, no, since this morning. So that's 3 o'clock in the morning. Sweep those Europeans.
Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
So another 5 minutes or so, 5 minutes, 10 seconds before the next macro. So that's why I like doing the macro method, just because even if it's wrong or right, it gives you a little pause, and you're just not like trading, and it should it be in, should it be out, blah, blah. There it is. There's a sweep right there that we're looking for. Since it's been so funky, we went ahead and took that early, just because it's been so frenetic. But there's that sweep. It might be setting up for the 950. Hopefully the 950 is a lot cleaner than this that open was. So the macros go for 20 minutes. You can just a simpler way to look at it is just top of the hour, bottom of the hour. So around the top of the hour, there should be some kind of either continuation move or reversal. Around the bottom of the hour, continuation move or reversal. In general, you expect more reversals at the bottom of the hour, more continuations at the top of the hour, but it can do, whatever it wants. 10:30, even if you don't follow macros and all, most people recognize the 10:30 reversal. Usually good for a nice little move. Now you can clearly see, okay, 15 minutes down, we got news right here. There was a news event coming up, but not red folder. You can see this turn on the 15 minute, kind of ambiguous. On the 1 hour, 4 hours down. So I'm gonna switch over and bring over the 1 minute chart on the execution. And just watch that for a minute and see if it sets up a nice clean breaker or a mitigation block inside of our macro here. So that news is US factory orders month over month, so it says high impact, but I think the whole Supreme Court tariff news is what's moving the market right now. So these are the trades that I had. Execution. I can't do today. There you go. There's just my micros. So 58, 100%. That's obviously just luck of the draw. That's not skill. That's just guessing correctly. Usually, 150. Kind of an intermediate goal right now. Anything green is great, and minus 200 is done for the day. So that's pretty much all I have is a downside, and then the upside goal is just to be out green and don't go into tilt. And if you hit tilt, you stop. If you're minus 200, stop for the day. So this is not beautiful, but maybe if we drop down to the 30-second, we can see something a little clearer. So we have a low, high, lower low. So when you have to drop down to the 30-second chart, it's a little more iffy. You know that it's really developing like you would expect it to. So we'll see. And then again, our ultimate stop has to be here. So that's like 50 points. But if we're doing mini or micros, two contracts, that's $50. So that's acceptable. And then our target would be the length of this manipulation. I like to do the bars instead of the wicks, just because it actually shortens the 1-to-1, shortens your risk as well, and it's where most of the volume is taking place. So I don't know, I just like it. I like that shortened risk. All right, now we're in the 950 macro. We see if we get a cleaner close above here. You can see you come down in here and we're back up again, so that's a good sign for longs. But we want to close above that line. That's nice, that's moving. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go in one. I'm going in one just so I have a little room to add if I need to. Back up in here somewhere. And then lowers my buy-in and then cut out for down here. Now for targets, again we're looking, we didn't get in until here, so we could use that as a target. We could use that as our 1-to-1. Just let that play. Now if it's, I'm gonna kill it before it comes back and eats up all that profit, because that's too much. And it's really frenetic still. We're in this chaos of the open hours. I'll go ahead and take that just because I don't like that. I want to just go and not play around. That's one thing I need to work on too, is like I'm really quick to take profit. So I do not like giving back profit. But hey, we all have something to work on. And knowing your tendencies and knowing what's good and what's bad, that's the first step and the most important step. The second most important step is actually correcting it. Almost. See, that would have driven me crazy if I was in here and then didn't take this and then it comes back up within points, ticks really, and then comes back down, and that would have freaked me out. Not really freaked me out, but you know, kind of fake angry. But here it comes. It should do it. It should go back up and take it. We have a lot of open gaps in here for value gaps. But it does this a lot. It'll do a big move, and then it'll play. And it'll come back, and then it'll continue to move. And you've seen that, I'm sure, a million times. So that's why I just, if it get a good burst and move, I learned to be happy with that and not fight, because I would usually, you know, just go in, just a low in cost basis, and then it does a big massive turn, and then I'm like, you know, just blown out with higher loss. You see all these nice little green days across the board, and then all of a sudden it's boom, you know, one big massive loser day, and then wipes the account, and then I have to start all over again. So for the longest time that was the scenario, and I know that's been a lot of people's scenario, so that's why I'm sharing. Okay, now this is nice, and you can break that by just having a max loss for the day and getting the hell out. I don't like the button, the lockout button or whatever, because I'd rather use my discipline for that instead of, you know, a mechanical. If you want to use a mechanical, if it works for you, then that's perfect. Let's go ahead and do that. But I'd rather just say, you know, shut it down and work that discipline muscle and get that discipline muscle working instead of, oh, I really want to go back in, but damn it, I liked it out. You know, you have to use your discipline muscle. You just avoid all that and say, no, I'm out. I'm done, dude. I got some money. I'm where I need to be. I'm getting too close to tilt. Leave it alone. These guys are so good with this music, though. See, it does this in the breaker. Like I said, it comes up, it almost gets there, and then comes and just kind of dances around here. And that's what I don't like. That's why I took that. Again, that's a personal thing. I mean, honestly, structurally and discipline-wise, I should have waited till it got to, I mean, I probably definitely would have taken that. It was just too close to let it come back on me. But this is what it does. So now it's back into this breaker area. So you could, I'm fine. I don't want to mess around with it, especially because of this news might be something. So, and I'm up. So just leave it alone. That, it really needs to be a good motto, and it's helped me a ton. Just get in, get up, get out. It came down into the breaker right here, so we'd love to see it just keep on going now. Maybe come in, clear out all this liquidity that formed on top up here where you got all these buy stops when they went short. You know, probably a lot of people went short up in here, and ours put their stop up in there. Most people are very familiar with liquidity, so that's not really a secret. Alright, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'll let it set up. I do need another cup of coffee, so I'm going to crack. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. I'll just leave this up instead of being right back, putting up the being right back screen. Just know I'll be right back. So yeah, just a lot of sideways action and hinkiness, so I didn't miss anything. So, but you would have had a few opportunities, you know, when it came back and dipped down into this breaker. So that is cool to see that the breaker is holding. So, but on the opposite side, it's not getting anywhere out of here. That's another good one too. All right, so that is a pretty clear rejection of this area. It's coming way close to, you know, that would have been a stop out down here. So I want to see if, I mean, if we go ahead and break, I mean, this could be mitigation up here, high, low, lower, high. But again, we're on the 32nd, so it's a little more clear on the 1 minute. You can see this fair value got to the upside, and then it didn't really get outside of it once it came back below. And it used it as resistance. So here we go. Now we're down here. So my overabundance of hush and lack of greed helped on that instance. So that's another, you need to have a structure overall and understand what's going on. So just because that worked out in my favor, that's not something you say, okay, yeah, see, I should always just go ahead and take profit early. I mean, I understand the risk. Sneeze again. But just because it worked out in my favor in that instance doesn't mean that should always play out. You got to look at the totality of your actions over the course of a month and plus and see, is that really working for you? So this is swept here. Let's go up to a 5. Back to that. Below that fair value gap. I mean, it could work its way all the way back down and hit these lows if it wanted to, too. By the time you go and see, look up what this was and if people, freaked out about it or whatever, I mean, the move already happened, so that's why I don't like to see news that deep. We can see if, just see what the numbers are if we're interested. And this is what I use Forex Factory. I like to look at the whole week just to get that picture. Obviously it's yellow folder, not red. Forecast negative 0.4%, actual negative 0.7%. So can't say inflation's a problem. Now the factory orders are down. So let's see. But again, the news is great to know if you're interested in what economics news is and how people are going to argue points one side or another. But the move happened, so that's what you need to be prepared for. And MICROS coming to a close. You'll see that 10:30 should be a very interesting move here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this across. What I like to do is when you see a fair value gap actually being used, I don't do that great anticipating, oh, it's going to come here and turn around for sure. But I do like to see if it's actually being used, then I can that information I can use moving forward. So I'll pull it across, and as long as it's is viable in the current price action, I'll keep using it. And again, the MICROS is a really good point for me, is that it uses that break in time to give you some time to reset. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this camera set up a little better. move this over just so I have the vision of everything. In one swipe, I can see all the time frames down to my execution chart, which is either the 1 minute or the 30-second. Today may still just be the inside day that it started out to be. Let's go ahead and look at a daily. Yeah, we're still completely inside of Friday. Go the 1 minute back over here. Just so you can see, I put a box here just because of this fair value gap and that it's being utilized. Go ahead and make it match. Make it match the chart. To see how it actually utilized it here. So what we have here is a little bit of a conflict. Got low, high, low, low, high, lower, low. So this could be creating a breaker here. But this fair value gap is seen as resistance right now. So still going sideways pre-macro. So wait for this area to come into light, obviously, before we do an execution. I have taken executions outside of macros, but the macro just gives you a nice area to pause in and to take a break and to kind of, mentally and physically reset again. So you're just, again, getting out, for me especially, getting out of that trade, what's next, trade. This gives me this 20-minute window, 10-minute break, 20-minute window, and the pace helps me a lot. But that's really, the goal of doing all this and being here is helping you find your model, what works for you. Everything's not going to work for everybody. That's why you can't just say, oh, this guy's amazing and he has all these, indicators or ideas and price action tricks that work all the time. It's just amazing. He's the best I've found. That might work for them, and they may be that way, but does it work for you and your personality? And you have to realize that some people can grind it out all day. Some people do really well the first hour and then just saying, you know what, I'm done. So finding your slot and your groove and finding your model, you know, is really the whole point. For me, again, I like to get in, get up, get out. Because if I dick around and just kind of, what's this, what's that, oh, this is gonna come, oh, there's news in the afternoon, blah blah blah, you know, I'll be up and then I can give it all back plus. So I like to just take what I can take and then leave it alone. Come back the next day fresh and in a good mood, hopefully, and rested. And it's just a much better approach and it works for me. But you're here to find what works for you, and that's the whole point. And us to keep each other out of tilt. Just tilt a bitch.
As the floors can take no more, stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored.
All right, coming up on 1020. We'll see what's up. I don't know if Europe is closing 10:30 yet, or what time frame they're on. This is a pretty cool site I'll share. Global Securities Markets, tradinghours.com. So that's a lot of fun if you just like visual. Obviously, we're all looking at charts, so we're all pretty visual. But you can go over to London right here, view. And so it's an hour and 9 minutes left in London. And they're on GMT 0.
What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become.
All right, so it's a break. It's above.
Don't
We're going to go ahead and
wake
give it a shot.
up.
We're only going to go in one
wake up.
Or just 50 cents. It's a minute. It's a micro, so it may
Don't
come in more
wake up.
if it comes back, and then take a small loss.
Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
Trying to see if it'll come down. Hopefully, just pick up this and then head back up. Almost. So I just want to pad this a little bit. Okay. And I don't want to dick around because the price actually has been so crap. It goes $100. Go ahead and take it. All right. I know. Early out. But once bitten, twice shy, you know what I'm saying? And the price action this morning just been really hinky. It's not blowing. It's just like, you better take what you can and be thankful for what you got. Hey, up $181 on micros, so I'll take it. So again, you can't get overhyped about win percentage because that I like to be above 75, but that's just a goal. Where are we? It's 7 trades, so a little high, but 181, I like that. And it's the highest day so far. I have something now. Once I get up and doing well in the morning, things have to get really pretty for me to continue on with any kind of trading, because I'm up. I mean, I could easily shut down for the day and be done. And most of the time when I'm up like this, I'll just watch and then let things play out. I mean, it'll have to be a really pretty breaker. Maybe a mitigation block, but a really pretty breaker that says, hey, you really want to trade this. I mean, it's still working out nice. Again, it's testing patience for sure, but it's still, you can see, holding in this inverse fair value gap. I mean, if it comes back up and closes above, that's a good sign for possible continuation. Staying inside that breaker too. Get rid of this just so it's easier to see. So that's the breaker right there, the highest bar. It closed up in that move, low, high, lower, low. Does it hold? We don't know. And then sometimes in the macro, the first half of the macro, plays out what you expect, and then it changes in the middle of the macro, and that could be another move, for the macro. I know that if you haven't followed me very much or don't understand what I'm saying, you're like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. What are you talking about? But you'll get it down the line. It'll make a move and it'll change, and then now that second move, that's what it was trying to accomplish in the first place. Coming right up on the half hour. So let's look at our higher time frames, see what they're saying. Go ahead and take this off because that's been swept multiple times. (15-minute) undecided. That's about to close. Hour down. And 4 hour down. Still inside day. Want to see how the rest of this macro plays out, but I'm pretty much done the way I feel for trading this morning. It's an inside day. Really grateful that what I was playing, played out well. We have a close below that breaker now. It's still not completely done because, obviously this is your, all bets are off line here, but I don't like that it's closing back down below, but you still have this area to play in, so this is still legitimate, to take a trade long, and you have this liquidity here still that hasn't been taken, and that could be good targets, but I'm not going back in anymore. For me, again, get in, get up, get out. I'm gonna let this next 10 minutes play out inside this macro, and then call it a day. So hopefully you got something out of this, something useful. And again, if we're just here keeping each other out of tilt, then that's probably one of the best streams you could ever be on. So, and again, the whole point is not for you to find, oh look, he made some wins, this is amazing, blah blah blah, and follow his trades. Do not follow any of my trades. Nothing's guaranteed, nothing is put out here as any type of financial advice. I just hope that you find a model that works for you, works for your personality, keeps you out of tilt, and keeps you consistent. And I'm going to make this music set longer. If I want to, continue for a while, I don't want all the songs repeating, even though they're badass songs. I want a lot more songs in there, so we're not hearing the same thing over and over. See how these tails keep up. If it comes back up, continues. If you're super eager and you wanted to, the breaker is still legitimate until you get down here. Now your risk is getting lower, but I don't like to play that game. See what it looks like on a 3. Look at it, coming right out. That's nice, that's nice. That's what you want to see. There you go. Again, it's not just knowing the trade you're looking for, it's knowing you. So it driven me crazy being sitting still and all that. But the overall structure we have correct. Even if you got a little underwater here, you can at least, get out with break even or possibly some profit. But look at the way it's playing today. It's like, you better take it while you got it. Minute coming to a close. Another interesting thing you'll see about the 5 minute is it likes to make runs and then reverse the next 5 minute candle. So pay attention to where you are. If you're in a trade and doing well, it's made like a nice run, like a nice 5 minute run. I would seriously consider go ahead and closing out that profit, or at least trailing up super tight, because it does have a tendency to end its run. When the price is moving, it likes to end its runs a lot of times on that 5 minute bar. So it's still saying, like I said, there's another hour before London closes. So it'll be 11:30 Eastern. It'll be the London close. So 11:30, that 11:20, 11:40 macro will be an interesting time to watch. That might be another nice trade in there. and this is kind of blowing. If you're in this long, I would get out now, or if you haven't already, especially when you saw this bar right here reverse right there at 10:33 Eastern. All of these times are Eastern, live Eastern Standard Time, staying with New York time, so we're all on the same page. Look at that bastard. Right to the bottom of the breaker, but again, I would say it's just giving you a chance to catch a little win, catch a little money back, and then I would still be out. Because this is violated. Usually if it closes below half of this, it's done, but price action has been very hinky today. Look at that. That's coming all the way back up. Still, I'm gonna stay with you for the next 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Or wrap it up. I don't like borders because I like to see the price action around in there. Already closed below that, so for now that's not usable. This is still usable because obviously it worked as an inversion, coming back up into it and then reversing again. So So inversions like to let me say that. So inversions like to show, you know, what it's meant to do. So the green line meaning it was long side, and then white meaning it flipped to an inversion. So it's white background, but a white line, that's a sell side fair value gap. White background, green line, it's an inversion because it was buy side and then it inverted. All right, it's still trying to use this possibly as a breaker. I'd still look at it as just an opportunity to get out if you're still long here, and then maybe looking for something. I'd put it on pause and then look at that a 1050 macro next. So I appreciate you being here and checking us out. Again, find your model, stay off tilt. That's pretty much our goal. So thanks so much for checking us out. Trying to make this a consistent thing, you know, every morning during the week. The market's open. So thank you very much. Take care. Stay off tilt.